I'm Liz Phillips. I've been principal here 15 years. I've been in the building for 27 years as a teacher, an early childhood coordinator, and then principal. As I've said at several grade-by-grade parent meetings here, there is something very wrong with a test, with an ELA test, when a literate adult, me, reads a passage and cannot answer a single question without rereading it. That's because the questions were petty details that had very little to do with the deeper meaning of the tests. The length of the test, as many people have said, meant that kids were rushing. We have to tell kids that they've got to pace themselves, go quickly. You know, I've had parents come to me and say, I don't understand, my child is a great writer, but in the breakdown on Aris, it says that she's weak in writing. And I said, well, a lot of the writing was towards the end of the test. Some kids didn't get to it. Another thing about the tests that is not talked about a lot is that they are norm reference tests. They are designed to sort kids. They are designed in such a way that in the field testing process, if too many children get a question correct, the question is thrown out. You cannot, in a norm reference test, have everybody ever pass a test. That defies the nature of the test. You know, about 20 years ago, there was a wonderful movement in education that I was very involved in that talked about criterion reference testing, testing where it would be possible for every child, if they mastered the material, to pass the test. Nobody is talking about the nature of the testing and the need for criterion reference tests in public education. In yesterday's New York Times editorial, the proposal was, among other things, that highly effective teachers should be paid more money. What the Times doesn't say is that whether a teacher is rated highly effective or not depends on very small changes in student test scores from year to year, with a sample size of 25, 30, or fewer students. And they might not even be students that that teacher teaches. In New York City elementary schools this year, teachers who teach subjects other than ELA or math, for example, art, music, phys ed, must be judged on ELA or math test scores. Now, sounds ridiculous. I'm actually very happy about that because the alternative is that we would have tests in gym, art, music. But the idea that you would then take those ridiculous ratings and pay people more money if they got highly effective, or fire them, potentially if they got ineffective, is absolutely ludicrous. We know from the experience of other districts across the state and from our own experience with the TDRs how meaningless and inaccurate the scores can be. I honestly don't think I would have believed it if I hadn't actually seen the TDR scores for our school. Because we, at one point, had a teacher whose average score went from the kids coming in had 3.97, that's out of a top score of 4.5, for their children coming in from the third grade test, and leaving after the fourth grade test had 3.92. Statistically insignificant change, very high, significantly above grade level. That teacher was in the 6th percentile. One of the most damaging aspects, I think, of the new evaluation system is that ultimately it can really undermine collaboration. There's a real disincentive to collaborating because, like teachers are judged against each other, teachers are judged on a curve. Because we're talking about progress of students, if the third grade teachers prepare the students too well, that hurts the fourth grade teachers. I don't believe the current system can last, but it's a matter of how much damage is done before it changes. And I think we need to all make our voices heard. Thank you.